In hip hop, obviously, there's the top 5 dead or alive. Are you comfortable giving me yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, it's always gonna be first Missy Elliott. Huge influence of everything I've ever done. Jay-Z is the best to ever even speak. Biggie, obviously. Biggie, then as a whole, I have Goody Mob.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I have UGK.
So you don't have yourself?
Oh, no. I can't touch them guys. I would never put myself in my list.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Why you troll Lil Baby, man?
Man, I ain't really nothing to talk about, man.
Did you get the record clear?
Talking about for Rollo?
Yeah.
I really ain't,
like
I ain't gonna lie, like really this last little album, I ain't really tried to. You get what I'm saying? Cause it was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was what it is.
Rank these lyricists from Atlanta 1 through 5. You got Future, Baby, JID, Young Thug. That's you.
1 through 5.
1 through 5.
I'm number 1. Based off of lyrics, yeah, I'm number 1. Lyrics, Jid number 2, Thug number 3, Baby number 4, Pluto number 5. Just off of lyrics.
Yeah.
Now, if it's off song making, Pluto will be number 1. But just off of lyrics, yeah.
Like, I do give a sports analogy of it. I
respect that too.
I think that, like, I think he has 2 unbelievable albums.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're talking about the greatest, and
Wayne, what you do to suppose?
Duh, nigga.
I gotta ask. I'm just asking a question, Wayne. I know the answer, but I gotta ask you.
Of course, the Super Bowl is in New Orleans. I think it's in 2025 or something like that.
He's doing it.
I'm not sure. I'm
Wayne,
not sure.
come on, man. Say
I'm
it,
not
Wayne.
sure what
You gotta
shit.
say it,
No, I
Wayne.
don't. They know. I will not lie to you. I have not got a call.
Hey, Jay,
like
but I'm camera
so,
Jay.
But we all praying. We praying. We keeping our fingers crossed. I'm working hard. I'm gonna make sure this next album and everything I do is killer. So I'm gonna make it very hard for them. I want to just make it hard for them not to
pick
holler
you
at
to
the
do
boy.
it.
I ain't never took from no nigga. I always bless niggas.
But why niggas keep saying that shit?
know,
You know what I'm saying? Why niggas keep saying that shit, bro? Like everybody, producer, all these folks be like, man, nigga don't pay, bro.
Wait, bro. I had some incidents early on.
Yeah.
Because I was really young in this shit. I ain't know no better. But every problem I had, I cleared it up.
Oh, you saying any nigga that ever fucked like they got fucked
I
over?
cleared it up.
Yeah.
I paid any nigga that got. You heard me? Because I was young, but remember, I'm telling you, I'm 20 years old.
Yeah.
So a lot of shit happened early on. I just ain't know. But any nigga that had any problem from my son on down, and I gave him 50 million, I cleared it up, brother. Because I ain't want my name like that, especially with Wayne. That's like I'm nothing without this dude. Like I didn't want, but it happened. But I aired that shit out.
Yeah.
It all kicked off with one unexpected leak. Lil Wayne dropped private footage of Birdman that was never meant for the public. And hold up, the internet went wild. Fans, insiders, and critics were dissecting every single frame. Then the threat surfaced. More clips could drop. What started as a tight mentor-mentee bond had fractured in front of everyone, leaving people waiting to see how Birdman would respond. But to get why this leak shook the music world so hard, we have to rewind to the very beginning. Brian Williams, better known as Birdman, wasn't always the mogul synonymous with Cash Money Records. By age 14, he was already sitting on a fortune. In New Orleans, that kind of wealth didn't come from labels or inheritance, it came straight from the streets. Before rap became his public persona, Birdman commanded respect in a city where survival demanded reputation, connections, and ruthless business savvy. Wayne's mother had grown up with Birdman. She watched the teenage prodigy stack wealth that most adults couldn't even imagine. So when her son mentioned signing with Cash Money, alarm bells rang immediately. She knew what being a 14-year-old millionaire in New Orleans could mean, and she feared for Wayne's safety and future. Birdman and his brother Slim launched Cash Money Records in 1991. Operating out of New Orleans, they scouted local talent in a southern rap scene that was both cutthroat and unpredictable. Their formula was bold and simple: sign young artists, control their output, and maintain ownership of everything. Critics labeled it ruthless. The results spoke for themselves. By 1998, Cash Money locked in a $30 million distribution deal with Universal, elevating the label from a local powerhouse to a national force. Birdman and Slim kept ownership of the masters, meaning they called the shots on money, paychecks, and the careers of everyone on the roster. Enter Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. The world knows him as Lil Wayne. Around 1993, at just 9 years old, he crossed paths with Birdman through another Cash Money act, Lil Slim. Stories of that first meeting differ, but the outcome is undisputed. Birdman saw undeniable potential in Wayne and committed fully. This wasn't a simple contract, it was taking a child under his wing. Wayne's father had walked out years before, and Birdman became his surrogate father, mentor, and manager. The roles blended until you couldn't tell where one ended and the other began. Wayne entered Cash Money as the label's youngest artist, starting in developmental groups like the Bee Gees, then moving to the Hot Boys with Juvenile and Turk. These groups were training grounds. Wayne learned the ins and outs of recording, performing, and navigating the industry while still a kid. By the time he launched his solo career, he wasn't just gifted, he was strategically primed for success.
His debut album, The Block is Hot, dropped in 1999 when Wayne was just 17, and it went on to sell over 1 million copies. Birdman's gamble had paid off, and their partnership looked unbreakable. But even Birdman later admitted things weren't perfect. "I'm nothing without this dude," he said about Wayne. Birdman built the empire, but it was Wayne's talent, relentless work ethic, and non-stop recording that made it truly thrive. Financial disagreements and lawsuits would later test the limits of their bond. At this point, though, they were the ultimate father-son duo, publicly inseparable, even sharing controversial images showing them kissing on the lips. Birdman defended it as part of a street mentality. In that world, farewells might be final, so affection is expressed boldly. Critics weren't buying it, but Birdman's explanation showed the layers of their complex connection. Their relationship grew even more complicated by allegations that would shadow their public image. In the 2009 documentary, The Carter, Wayne recounted childhood experiences involving older men that raised questions about exposure to adult situations. He confirmed the footage's release, but reportedly had second thoughts afterward. Critics framed it as potential grooming. Defenders argued that Birdman's mentorship provided Wayne with resources he otherwise wouldn't have had. The debate over intent versus impact, protection versus exploitation would linger for years. Meanwhile, Cash Money's financial model, though wildly successful, created friction. Wayne's solo dominance, combined with signing Drake and Nicki Minaj under Young Money, funneled billions into the label, but not everyone felt fairly compensated. Former artists like Turk and BG claimed unpaid royalties, exploitative contracts, and control over money and opportunities as leverage. Birdman consistently denied wrongdoing, insisting disputes stemmed from misunderstandings or cultural differences tied to their New Orleans roots, yet the lawsuits kept piling up. By December 2014, the public father-son story began to crumble. Wayne went on Twitter calling himself a prisoner of Cash Money and claiming his creativity was being stifled. By January 2015, he filed a $51 million lawsuit against Birdman and Cash Money, citing withheld advances, unpaid royalties, and breaches of his 2012 Young Money joint venture. He was fighting not just for money, but for freedom, recognition, and control over his own career. The feud intensified. Wayne dropped diss tracks and mixtapes directly targeting Birdman and Cash Money. Fans joined him at shows, chanting against the label. Tensions even turned violent when shots were fired at Wayne's tour bus in Atlanta in April 2015. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but it underscored the real-world stakes. Birdman denied any involvement, calling the claims the craziest I ever heard. Still, the incident added a dangerous edge to an already high-stakes conflict. In the following years, the legal battle raged on. Wayne sued Universal for $40 million in royalties, while countersuits between Cash Money and Young Money followed. Court rulings in 2016 forced Birdman to hand over financial records, exposing elements of Cash Money's accounting to public scrutiny.
Finally, in June 2018, a settlement brought the battle to a close. Wayne reportedly walked away with over $10 million, full control of Young Money, and the green light to drop the Carter 5, 4 years overdue. Even after that, reconciliation was far from complete. Birdman publicly apologized at Wayne's Liliana Fest in August 2018, performing alongside him for the first time in years. Behind the scenes, though, the tension lingered. Wayne skipped parts of the Hot Boys 2025 reunion tour, while Birdman kept asserting Cash Money's dominance in public. Leaks, viral clips, and endless social media drama kept fans engaged, reminding everyone that in the world of Cash Money, loyalty and betrayal are always intertwined. Birdman tried to control the narrative by flaunting streaming milestones, boasting 1 trillion streams, hoping numbers would quiet critics. But massive popularity doesn't erase claims of exploitation or unpaid royalties. Former associates, rivals, and online commentators continue to resurface footage and allegations, painting a complicated picture of the mogul. Even incidents involving NBA Youngboy, another former associate, reignited debates over financial manipulation and content exposure. As of early 2026, the story is still unfolding. Birdman appeared at Wayne's New Year's Eve party, a reunion fans read as either heartfelt or tense. The ambiguity was intentional. Neither man has clarified the current state of their relationship. Social posts, leaks, and unreleased footage hint at possible collaboration, yet remind everyone of the long shadow of past disputes. Cash Money's legacy, signing young talent, generating massive revenue, and maintaining strict control, remains intact but under constant scrutiny. Birdman built one of hip-hop's most successful labels, developing multiple superstars and turning street wealth into a global entertainment empire. Yet the price of that empire is heavy. Lawsuits, public feuds, allegations of misconduct, and leaked footage exposing the human cost behind the success. Lil Wayne's recent leak is the newest chapter in a saga that continues to captivate, infuriate, and fascinate audiences worldwide. The lesson is clear. In music, nothing stays private. Every handshake, every deal, every relationship can be examined decades later. Birdman's empire, built on the talents of others, remains under the microscope, with the public constantly asking who really profited and who got left behind. As the footage spreads and debates flare, one thing is undeniable. The story of Birdman and Lil Wayne isn't finished. The internet is watching, more leaks are coming, and the line between mentorship, exploitation, family, and business remains blurred. For fans, insiders, and casual observers, this saga is proof that behind every empire lies ambition, loyalty, betrayal, and the messy human relationships that fuel it. Think the story's wild? Check out other deep dives and explosive insider accounts right here. This isn't just history, it's a living, breathing saga, evolving with every clip and claim. And for Birdman and Lil Wayne, the next chapter could drop at any moment.